state of finances in Venezuela and Zimbabwe is making Bitcoin more attractive for many people in both countries. The price of the cryptocurrency jumped as much as 10% on Zimbabwe's Golix exchange on Wednesday after the country's army seized power. Zimbabweans, just like Venezuelans, are buying things they think might retain value. Let's take a look at how bad things have gotten in Zimbabwe after nearly 40 years of Robert Mugabe. In November 2008, Zimbabwe had the second highest recorded inflation rate in history. Prices were doubling every 24 hours, with the official rate at one point hitting 79 billion%. The following year, Zimbabwe was forced to abandon its currency. Zimbabweans mainly use the US dollar now, but things haven't been improving. Mismanagement has hit farming and mining production. Unemployment is near 90%. So without enough exports to earn foreign currency, there's a cash crunch. Sleeping outside the bank is the only way some Zimbabweans can make sure they get their money. And now fears are growing the system doesn't have enough cash. Money stored electronically in bank accounts is nicknamed Zolas. In the absence of hard currency, people are trying to convert Zolas into assets that can retain value: cars, property, and even digital currencies. The economy is broken despite the fact that Zimbabwe was once known as the breadbasket of Africa and is still rich in resources like platinum, gold, diamonds, and nickel. Well, joining us via Skype from Cape Town is Elisa Strobel, senior economist at IHS Markit. Thanks for being with us. So if this is the end of the Mugabe era in Zimbabwe, what potential is there for the next leader to turn things around? Because, as we said, this is a country that is still rich in natural resources.
Years of poor governance, controversial economic policy, corruption, confusion, and lack of political direction and unity within the governing party and non-commitment towards interests of foreign investors have devastated the country's economy, experiencing currently a severe liquidity crisis.
Where does Bitcoin fit into all of this? I mean, how bad have things gotten that people are now turning to Bitcoin as an investment?
Demand for Bitcoin surged immensely this morning, like I've mentioned, at the Golix, the local Bitcoin exchange. The elevated Bitcoins, we think, the prices we see in Zimbabwe are certainly evidence of the country's broken economy. It is estimated that the Bitcoin traded above a 85% premium yesterday. Critically, currently demand for Bitcoin in Zimbabwe exceeds supply, as Bitcoin mining, according to Golix, the exchange platform, requires large amount of electricity, a challenge in a country that has severe electricity supply shortages. However, we need not to forget that the majority of the population works in the informal sector. Locals who want to pay electronically still face some challenges when buying items from those working in the informal sector. The crisis and the need for hard cash has therefore forced many into the black market, where dealers are trading the dollar for electronic dollars, as mentioned, as a very high rate and premiums. I do believe that there are massive potential for Bitcoin, not just in Zimbabwe, but in Africa.
What kind of leverage does the outside world have here? I mean, can it potentially help with Zimbabwe's defaulted international debts?
Firstly, with the shift in policy, which is quite necessarily foreign investment and support by the international community is necessary for the broken economy. It's very important to establish confidence in the country's banking system to deal with operational challenges and attracting investment first.
Elisa Strobel, thanks very much for being with us.
Sure, pleasure. Thank you very much.